We all know driving in South Florida can be unpredictable, and the key way to stay safe on the road is making sure you don't drive distracted. Like they say, put it down. It can wait. Our trusted advisors, Victor Demesmin Jr. and Jeremy Dover, stopped by to break down the risks of distracted driving and how to avoid them. Jeremy, what are the different types of distracted driving?
Yes, there are about three main types of distracted driving. There is visual, meaning whenever you take your eyes off of the road, you look at something and something catches your eye, a billboard, something along those lines.
A shiny thing?
A shiny thing, exactly. Then there's manual, which is taking your hand off the wheel to grab something, to reach around, do something along those lines. And there's also cognitive, when you're just, you know you've been on the highway and all of a sudden you're 30 exits later and you're like, how did I even get here? You're just on autopilot. You're not even paying attention to everything on you, but you need to be cognizant of everything on the road because it may not be you. It could be the guy next to you. It could be three over, and it happens in an instant.
The cognitive one's interesting because, of course, the manual and the physical ones we get, but what causes someone to zone out, Victor, when they're driving?
Well, number one, I would say is texting and driving, or on Instagram, Facebook, for some of the older people, MySpace, right? But I mean, what it is, people get distracted with their phone nowadays.
Right.
Everybody's on their phone. You're at a red light, you look over, the person's on their phone. Someone cuts you off, you go by them, you realize they were on their phone. Whether it's Instagram, social media, or even maybe they're using Google Maps, right? Everybody has their phone in their hand. And that, I would say, is probably the biggest reason why we have a lot of distracted drivers.
Distracted driving. What are the steps to not be distracted?
I mean, I think you first need to understand that it exists. You need to be aware that you need to be cognizant in your driving capabilities. People don't realize that 1 in 5 fatalities in the US are caused by a distracted driver. Mm-hmm. That's a very significant number. When people understand that, they need to learn to take those precautions, to pay attention, to keep your hand on the wheel, to put your phone away. The text can wait.
Just know that at the end of the day, we can't control what other people are doing, right? As much as we say, don't text and drive, click it or ticket, don't drive drunk, like whatever the case may be. You can never control what that other driver is doing. You can only control what you're doing. So be a defensive driver, stay far away in case they slam on their brakes or if they cut you off, always looking in your mirrors, hands on the wheel. You don't be distracted with that distracted driver, and that'll help you avoid any kind of situation that maybe you weren't expecting.
And Jeremy, I'm sure also another distraction in the car is your friends, texting and busy on TikTok, Instagram, and everything while driving with the driver.
Yes, and statistics show that teens having more people in the car are the leading cause of distracted driver accidents because of the fact is, like, they don't have the experience and they do not know how to deal with all these people around them. They don't know how to correspond when people are asking them questions, passing them things. They haven't been driving for long enough to understand how to keep their eye on the road and maybe maintain this. I mean, no one should be dealing with distracted driving, but they're even more at risk.
Our WSFL TV trusted advisors, Victor Demesmin Jr. and Jeremy Dover, as always, thank you.
Thanks for having us, Jason.